like a dog you called at my door. Like a dog you called for more. Like a dog you knew my name. Like a dog you knew my name. Like a dog. Like a dog. Growing old and I wanna go home. Growing old and I don't wanna know. Growing old and I wanna go home. Growing old and I don't wanna know. Hey everybody, we are back on the couch, and today we're talking about the 2002 record. I think we started in 2002 and put it out in 2003. The record's called Traveler, and the cover, that's me walking down a little French town called Ep.8, north of Nice. And the two people in the background have no idea they're on my record cover. So I always like to fantasize that, I don't know, he's a candlestick maker, perhaps, and she's awfully young. No, she's not. She's older. Anyway, they're headed somewhere. Maybe they're still alive. Maybe they're not. Maybe they've won the lottery. I think they did. Anyway, and the picture, you can't see it, but one of my eyes is slightly puffy. And I'd like to say it was the delicious wines of Italy, but it was actually a spider. So we went over to France with our friends who were over there already. He's a photographer, James O'Mara and Kate, and we were getting ready for the photo shoot, and we were staying in Cap d'Antibes at the time. And it was really hot. It was either middle of summer or beginning of just a very hot spring. I can't remember. And I went to bed, and we had to open the windows because of the heat. And I woke up, and my son, who was just a small child of 3, I think, or 2 or 3, said, "Daddy, you don't look very good." When I woke up, I felt fine. So I went, "What do you mean?" And I went to the window. My eye was massive. A spider, I think, had bitten me, and we had to wait 2 days for my eye to actively stop being so angry for the shot for the cover. Interesting record for me, Traveler. You know, they all have their own story. In this case, it was my first time working with Mark Howard, who is a Canadian but has worked on all kinds of great records over the years. Through his relationship with Danielle Lanois as Danielle's primary engineer for quite a long time, and both hailing out of Hamilton. But then they both lived in LA, Silver Lake area. The studio the studio I recorded Traveler at was in Silver Lake in LA, and I took some other bands that worked with Mark Howard, and I went down to meet with him. And he recorded out of a place called the Paramore in Silver Lake in Los Angeles. And if you do any just quick cursory Wikipedia check or whatever, you'll find that it used to be a school for wayward women in the 1930s. And before that was owned by a Spanish movie star who I think died in a car accident. Anyway, there's all kinds of crazy haunted house things. This place is a mansion. I mean, it's a massive place. Overlooking, you can see Staples Center in the distance, and what a trip. I first of all hadn't gone to Silver Lake or spent any time in downtown Los Angeles since I was a kid when we went there, thinking that's what you did, and I almost didn't make it out. And so we had just a great time. You lived at the Paramore. It had these beautiful, opulent 1920s, 1910 windows, a massive marble swimming pool, which is featured in quite a lot of movies over the years. And you had a big industrial kitchen downstairs to cook in. That was a beautiful, beautiful place to record. And we had Daryl Johnson on bass. He played on many Emmylou Harris records and Danielle Lanois records. A fantastic bass player. He played on just about, well, he played on the whole record, really, I think. We had Victor Andruzzo on drums, and we also had Dean Butterworth playing drums. And Dean played on one of my favorite songs on the record, which is Make a Mistake. Not just because I wrote it, which I did. I know I'm pretty honest with that kind of thing. I write some songs and don't write others, and certainly did not write all the songs on this. But great experience down in, I used to spend quite a lot of time in Los Angeles when I was in my early 20s when I got signed to Virgin. So being back down in Los Angeles was just fine with me. I had a great time. Now, put us in the year 2002, 2003, and it wasn't long after 9/11. And I remember still kind of everyone being a little raw and emotionally. And I remember the airport having some issues, the LAX at the time. And anyway, there you go. The shoot for the record cover was just a great experience. We were all over France and then drove down the coast through Italy, through Genoa, and down into Tuscany, And so the whole inside, that's us on the road in Tuscany. And wow, just a great experience. Mark Howard, going back to Mark, he wasn't, he's definitely brought out things in me that different than any other producer I had worked with. He tended to, look for unorthodox songs. The song I started out with today by Nick Drake, Black Eyed Dog, being an example. And, Nick Drake has a wealth of beautiful material. On that recording of Black Eyed Dog of his, for some reason it sounds, Black Eyed Dog, there's a somewhat comedic sound to the beginning of it. And when I first got suggested that song, I wanted to have nothing to do with it. And over time I ended up really enjoying it. And I'm really glad we did it. We had Jeff Trott, who writes songs with, to this day, with Sheryl Crow, Every Day is a Winding Road, and songs like that. Craig Northey, myself, and Jeff sat in a beautiful room with, carpets and little candles, and you could hear a pin drop when we cut that. And later on, we played a party. We played Black Eyed Dog at a party for the Vogue Oscar party, or I think it was, or Vanity Fair. And Brad Pitt was there, Sheryl Crow was there, and Robbie Robertson, and all kinds of people. Super fun. I should say my introduction to the Paramore was hearing Lucinda Williams run down her record. She had just finished their World Without Tears. Fantastic record. So that made a big impression on me wanting to work with Mark. The record sounded fantastic. And he's a real vibe guy. Really didn't tend to want to overproduce things. And really looked for new things out of me, which I appreciate. And it has, like I say, every record's a journey, and you never quite know. And I remember the feel of LA. I remember trying to, you really put your trust in a producer, especially even if you're co-producing. You hope they'll bring something to you, and that help you get to a place, and that's the thing. So the first song that came out on this record was a John Lennon track. What am I doing here at all? Ain't no doubt about it, I'm losing you. I'm losing you. I think, if I remember correctly, I got this guitar kind of for the session, so it ended up being kind of a losing you guitar, and proceeded to compress my vertebrae for the next 5 years. Les Paul are heavy, can be heavy guitars. Les Paul Customs can be really heavy guitars. So I don't take this one out a whole lot now, but beautiful. Beautiful guitar. It came with gold hardware, and I took it all off instantly. How could this be? This jealousy, trying not to understand. But everything you do, and every single move, is under my skin again. I take it harder than I should. You play around with something that's good. Anyone can make a mistake. 'Cause only you can cause my heart to break. Make a Mistake, a song I wrote with Mr. Craig Northey, and really happy with that song. I think as far as I'm concerned, that's my favorite song on this record. But Dean Butterworth plays the hell out of the drums on it. And anyway, I guess that's about it. The record is Traveler. This is my, I haven't been counting. I'm not sure which one we're at. But I recorded in Los Angeles, and the photo shoot done in France and Italy. We'll see you next week when we talk about Limelight. And in the meantime, thanks for watching. Yeah.